Child. Anyway, so
hello everyone. My name is Shaden, and as we know, I'm getting renovations done on my home. If you didn't know, I guess now you know. If you hear things in the back, there's also a dog in my room. So sorry about that. You know, it's like a crying baby. Just ignore it. Um, but yeah, I'm getting renovations done, and I feel like the streets don't talk about renovations enough. And I'll get into this in my actual moment of the week, but things are coming together, I guess, but it's taking too long. Though it's only week 2, in might I say the beginning of week 2, it's taking too long. But it's coming together, I guess. Because when I see a new back door, or when I see the lights in the ceiling, okay, like you're coming together, but we're not done.
At what cost? Well,
Do you know what
they
I
know
mean?
the cost. They know the cost.
Oh, and it
I
costs
guess
pennies.
it's a double-edged sword though, right? Because you want them to be done quickly, but you also want them to be doing the work well, which
Right.
takes time, unfortunately.
And I have
So you know,
and I appreciate them because they're doing great work. I'm just inconvenienced, and I'm a human, and I'm not afraid to say that.
help them. Pick up a
Well,
hammer, baby.
no,
Oh, okay,
they
sorry.
don't want me in their way. It's more so
No, they
that it's
don't.
not that I wouldn't help; it's that they don't want me to.
Oh. They don't know how hard you
Well,
work, Jaden.
they
Just
wouldn't want me
kidding.
to.
No, they wouldn't, and they shouldn't. Um, my name is Amira, and I was feeling so nervous. The episode after we talked about the Stanley Cups, like, went in on them. The literal next day at my job, everybody was talking about their Stanley Cups. Oh, I've got this color, that color. And I'm like, wow, they're gonna, if they just so happen to potentially listen to this podcast, which I've only been clocked by one person, they're gonna think I was talking that yang, but I guess it doesn't really matter because I am and I'm still right about it. But at the same time, I am, Stanley Cup or not, a room temperature water advocate for the people. There is something powerfully moving about allowing the space around you to influence the water that you're about to consume. Your body's at that temperature already. Why not allow with the water to pass through at the same temperature?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love an iced drink. I'm an iced drink girly. But I'm like, if the water is warm, the water is warm. It's okay.
I have a question. Are you
What's
like
up?
a certain time is when you drink cold water? Like, do you only drink it in certain occasions, or it's like whenever I come across cold water, I'm drinking cold water?
That's basically it. The steps to get cold water is like one step too many. I'm like, girl, pour the water in the bottle. And
And be
most of
done.
my water, no, you know what I mean? And when I'm at home and I'm drinking water, no shade, I'm drinking it straight out that gallon they get from the grocery
Wow.
store. That 2 for $3 gallon, I'm drinking it straight out of there. When I'm at work, it's coming out the fountain. So if I'm going to be having iced, this is when I'm having iced. I was drinking something else that had ice, and then I was like, Amira, get water for the next one. And there's still ice in that glass.
Right.
Then it will be iced water mixed with a little bit of tea, which is a little unnerving, but it's okay. Um, yeah, but I used to love
I feel
ice
like
water.
am I love room temperature water. First of all, let me just say that.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, like most of the time it's room temperature. Um I need cold water if I wake up in the middle of the night. Or
Mm.
like after one of them naps, like a
Mm.
good nap, I need to wake up and have a cold drink of water. Something about that cold drink this does something to the body. It keeps it in
I have a
psychosis.
question. I have a question for you. Are you ringing a bell and somebody's bringing you cold water? Because if you just woke up, how are you drinking cold water? I know
I will go
you're doing
get it. I'm
renovations,
talking
but I
about
know
like
you're not sleeping in the kitchen.
no. And I think I mean more so when you take a nap. And like it's middle of the day, you took a good nap and you got up. Like you just need that because you can feel the sensation of it literally traveling through your
Yeah, it's
digestive
lovely.
tract.
Yeah, no, that is nice. I do love cold like, in the summer, obviously, I'm not gonna be like, "Pass me that water bottle that's underneath your car seat." Like, you're gonna get the water from the freezer, the refrigerator, whatever.
Right. But in the winter,
Or you know what?
let me tell you
Road
a
trips
great thing
is
about
cold.
being okay. The great thing about being a car driver is the refrigerator that you get in the winter. And I don't mean to rub that in your
And there
face.
it is. There it
And
is.
I
Don't be
just mean to say
uh,
you get a bang for your buck. Like if you
well,
have a water bottle
Jaden.
somewhere and you have it in the car during travel and then you get out the car and come back to it overnight. Like I've had water bottles when they freeze and you get that little bit of ice in there and then you break it and you shake it up. Good night. End it.
Having your staying in your car is probably the most expensive refrigerator out there, so please have fun with it. At the same time, when
Oh
I said road trip,
girl.
I meant when you stop for fuel and you go into the Wawa or maybe the Sheetz or whatever you're stopping at, you go in, let me get me a nice the biggest size they have of ice and water. Because you know by the end of that long 8-hour, however long trip, it's not gonna be ice water anymore, so it's okay, you
No.
know?
And you
And
have
also
more water.
because you have to drink it slower. My problem with ice water, especially in those kind of cups, which is where I'm sure the Stanley girls will stand up and fight for, is the sweat on the cup. That gets on my nerves. The Stanley
Mama,
girls don't have to deal with that,
hold on
but what's up?
1 second. We're on a show that we like to call Ciao. Anyway, with
We
Jaden and
are on
Amira.
a show.
Girl.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
something's missing.
I thought we were on FaceTime.
We are. Hold
Girl,
on.
and this is why.
Also, did you hear about the Stanley Cups? Because I feel like you're not addressing it.
No.
Mama, they have lead in them.
Well,
The girls
I
are doing lead tests and seeing swabs of
are you
lead.
Jaden, my coworker just got a brand new one. Ooh,
Well, tell her
should
to
I
get
tell her?
that before the warranty runs out.
Is that
Hold on.
giving Debbie Downer, or should I genuinely warn her? Ooh.
TikTok's Stanley Cup craze has hit a wall of
Oh.
lead. Okay, whoever wrote that, Danny DePlacido at Forbes, you ate that little one.
There's lead?
Girl. And they came out and said, yes, we know that there's lead, but it should not be released unless it's damaged. What?
Is it giving, like, how there's asbestos in everybody's home, but it's okay if it's undisturbed? I don't want lead in my drinking cup.
What? What are we
Jaden,
talking
Jaden,
about?
Jaden.
Y'all ran to Starbucks of all places to grab them whatever color Stanley cups, and y'all was swinging and fighting. I thought it was 2007 Christmas Eve, but Black Friday shopping for some lead. Y'all in here making pencils.
Jaden, people are
Child, y'all thought y'all was having a cold
twisting.
drink. Girl, your drink is toxic and not in the good way.
Jaden, no exaggeration. Literally every single day that I've gone to work since we talked about it, someone is talking about how much they love their Stanley Cup. I see a Stanley Cup every single day at work.
Girl, they're addicted to the lad.
It is giving. That reminds me of
And the
when there
girls
was
was
crack.
passing out the cup.
Yeah, that reminds me when there was crack in the corner store candy. Anyway, now it's time for the moment of the week. Allegedly. When they came back, they tasted different. I'm gonna just say that. Moment of the week. This is where Jaden and I, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell you what happened this week that was like, oh my gosh, child. Anyway. And
Ooh.
not for nothing, Jaden, please don't be offended. And I won't be offended if we tend to get a little bit long-winded on this episode. Just, push the stroller across the street because I, for some reason, thought this was going to be a shorty. But we've already... Anyway,
Girl, and
my
we already
moment of the
struggling.
week, literally, my moment of the week, speaking of length, is, as you guys know, me and Jaden, I'll speak for me. I'm back in my Matilda bag. I'm up at that library every other however many days. And let me tell you something. I need the other girls who are checking these books out. This is actually for and at you, Jaden. Return those books quicker. For real. Because I have been one of one on the holds list for 2 weeks, baby.
Okay, Alien Superstar.
Well, I'm the only one. Like, Jaden, the lists are either you're number 35 out of 500 in this queue, or you're one of one and the book is still not ready. Jaden, return that book. You're not reading it, baby.
I returned them.
Read it. Well, then it wasn't for you. Sorry. My bad. I just thought that you had a stack in your corner.
Still had them. And now they're back at the library where they belong. Untouched and untethered.
Just as when you first checked it out. So in an effort to be brief, that's my moment of the week. I just need the girls to simply read faster or just return the book unread. It's fine with me either way. What's your moment of the week, Jaden?
My moment of the week, of course, has to do with my renovations. It's gonna be quick, because I kind of opened to addressing this. I promise. And I already addressed how it's coming together, I guess, and how that's not enough. But I want to go to prior to. No one tells you what life will be like when you are having renovations. And I think it's a missed conversation in society. Instead of talking about men and these relationship issues every other week, let's talk about the struggles of renovations. Let's talk about why you have to be tucked away in different corners of your own home. I have not seen my downstairs in weeks. In a week. The living room. Because remember, it shouldn't have to be a day. Because basically what happened was, I said it last time, but I don't know if I just said it to you or on the pod, when they first did the demolition, there was dust. They didn't put up any sheets of plastic or anything. So it was dust all over the downstairs. The living room, the laundry room, over all my stuff. Like anything that was laid out had a layer of dust and particles on top of it. So I was like, I came home on like a half day point to like eat lunch. And I was like, wiping a book bag, like, hold on, this is wiping the couch. What? I said, what is this? No one tells you what this life is like. Why must these things you have to learn in the midst when so many people have gone through it and are still going through it? You know what I mean? Like, I've heard about plenty of the girls' renovations and they talk about how great it is, but they don't talk about the process of getting it renovated. They're not talking about it. And that's the conversations we're missing.
You're correct, and I'm so glad that you spoke on it. I do have a follow-up question. If it's all this dust and debris when you're home and it's time to eat, what are you doing, King? How do you eat?
Upstairs.
But like, how do you even prepare the food? Is the kitchen
Gone.
good? Exactly. So what food, baby? Where are you getting this food?
Baby. And it's expensive to be renovating because I
Yeah.
can't cook with no kitchen. But to be fair, I wasn't cooking no way. So it's not that bad. Luckily, unlike others, I have a microwave and am able to use
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Sorry, because you tried to send shots there, and I just had to let you know, like.
No, I was about to
Pissed.
send a shot about them Wawa pizzas, but I didn't. But if we want to talk about it.
You should have. Mind you, I was thinking about a Wawa pizza. I feel like this guy from Wawa was flirting with me because why are you giving me a slice of pizza?
A slice of, no, that is nasty. Why would he give you a slice of pizza?
It was like, do y'all want to try this? I was alone, and then there was two other girls.
What, Jaden? That's
a slice of pizza.
Is that what the kids are calling it now? Okay. Did you take the pizza? Did you take the pizza? Huh? Okay.
Now, let's be realistic here. I absolutely took the pizza. What are we talking about?
With a smile, I'm sure.
That's gone. He couldn't see it.
So back to your microwave that you're so proud of. Your legendary microwave.
You said
you
it.
get to heat up what food? Like the food that you just got at Chipotle yesterday?
No, if I got it from Chipotle, you got 8 a day. But like that's gone, babe. But
yeah.
like I ordered, and I'll get into it, but I ordered some meal prep meals because I'm trying to get back into eating better. So, and I don't like cooking. And last time I was like in the losing weight process, it was with that. Like I was ordering these, me and my mother were ordering these meals and eating that. And it was very helpful, very easy, very like, wasn't hard to do. They deliver it. It's fresh. It's not like frozen or so it was cute.
I do feel like I don't know if it was podcast like mentioned or what, but I do remember you and your mother getting these meal prepped meals. So that's pretty good. That's pretty convenient. It sucks that, I'm sorry that you have to eat tucked away like some angsty teen in your bedroom with the door shut.
Yeah, or like a New Yorker. It feels like I'm in an apartment.
Yeah. I mean, live your best dreams, live your fantasies. Oh, look at me in my tiny studio apartment. Live your dreams, baby. That's all that is. Just play pretend for a little bit. Now it's time for the catch. This is where Jane and I catch you up on all things, all things. The first thing is follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Child Anyway Pod, TikTok at Child Anyway the Podcast. Full honesty, full disclosure, full transparency. I can't speak to whether or not the girls are posting on these apps.
Well,
specifically TikTok. I don't.
Girl, if you don't follow right now, I'll let you know when to start following.
I'm gonna just stop saying. No, I'm just kidding. So the first thing is this.
Child, it's hard. If you would like to be a part of the Child Anyway production team, we would love to have you. We can discuss payment. We will figure it out. It may be free until we can make some revenue.
It might be for the love of the game.
And it might be for the love of the craft. You're absolutely right. It may just be some experience, and we would like content makers. We would like producers of podcasts, people who want to do production work. We invite you all to be a part of this show and its success. You would have your own ownership in all of this.
All of it, and probably 45% creative control. I'm sure Jaden would be But also,
Yeah.
and this is good because it's not like you have to show up with a huge portfolio. Baby, amateurs are
No.
obviously preferred because we can pay you based off of your experience,
Right.
which you have none of. So
if this is something you're trying to get into, this is the perfect opportunity to let's work across. Issa Rae said it herself. We need to work across.
Exactly. You're trying to make it to this group. You need to be building the people around you so you guys can grow together. So email us your information at childanywaypod@gmail.com. Of course, there's going to be a learning curve, but I'm an excellent teacher.
I
Jane
know
is
how
an
to do
excellent
everything. It's
teacher.
just exactly. I know how to do everything and can teach you, and we can talk ideas and whatnot. But it's just I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do everything, and I want to do everything, but I want to do it with other people.
Yeah, which we talked about in length. This idea of collaboration. But that's how they get us, Jaden. That's how we end up at minute 45. We're 45 minutes in and we've discussed nothing. So here's the first thing on the catches list. Let's see how quickly we can get through these.
We'll see.
The first one is this. I'm guessing now former employee of the IRS has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for leaking the last president's tax information along with thousands of other wealthy people. And this is where I want the girls to gather around with their pitchforks and their signs and their chants, because didn't we say back in 2020 when all those hackers were like, oh, we hacking in, we revealing this, that, baby, do something for
Oh
real.
yeah,
Do
QAnon.
something for real. No, it was the other one, like No Face or something like this. Whatever this hacker was called. It's like, baby, what? This brave individual, when asked, baby, why'd you do that? You know that's not right. You know that's against the law. Because I thought the people deserve to know. I'm sorry. That feels like a good reason to do it. It feels like a good
That's
reason to
like
do it.
the best reason.
It's so valid. Like, the people want to know. He refused to give the people what they wanted, his constituents. So, as an employee of the Gov, I helped out. And I'm surprised more folks haven't. The problem for me is that these folks that, are considered leakers or whistleblowers or whatever, they always, without fail, get way harsher punishments, if any punishment is given at all to the others, than the person in which they're ratting on, which is like your perfect example. This man, I'm not even going to say any names or specifics. I don't want to get the girls riled up. This man records police brutality on his phone, and he's getting more of a punishment than the police that did the brutalitying. How did that make sense? It's always like this. I guess I shouldn't say always. It's most of the times like this. And, long story short, it's not fair, which is an understatement, but it's just nasty, nasty work. I hope to see more brave individuals.
You are correct that the right people aren't even being addressed from January 6th, but okay. Why is he the one that had to do it? This is something y'all should have done as an organization.
Why did it even come to this?
As an organization, why are y'all not being more transparent with the truth of, we've been waiting to get these files anyway. He was supposed to report these files. Why haven't we seen them? Oh, okay. But we know why. But it's just interesting that the person punished is the only person in this situation who did the right thing.
Correct. Did the right thing, in quotes, because of the way in which it was done. But like you said, it should have already been done. Let's start there,
Right.
actually. And because it wasn't done, I feel like it's only fair. First of all, my problem is this, and this is, number one, the girls, we're breaking down the prisons. We don't want no prisons. At the same time, let the punishment fit the crime. Yes, he was in the highest court of the highest land, the most powerful man in all the land, and you released his little business that we were supposed to have anyway. Okay, but 5 years in prison for what? What exactly does that accomplish? It sends a message, maybe, sure, but baby, Jaden, quickly, when has sending a message by giving somebody more longer jail sentences ever really sent a message? When has the
Ever.
message ever been caught? People have been
Never.
punished for murdering since the dawn of time, and people are still out here murdering. You are not sending
Okay.
any messages by putting people in jail for murder. So, and I'm not just saying that randomly. Like, in the article I read, that's what they were saying. Oh, this sends a message. To who and about what? It sends a message to the powerful people that keep getting away with stuff, basically. That they
It
can
sends a
continue.
message to people to not do this in their, if they were to be in these different positions and have the ability to do whatever. But I think it's so contradictory to then like make them still suffer in their own life. Even if, so say if I go to work every day and I work for this the IRS, whatever, and they make my life hell, which it's a job, so likely. What's I end up in jail or I end up in jail? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's the real?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really understand. Though one is definitely prison, and that's a different conversation. But if y'all are going to punish me regardless, I might as well do what's right.
Just get
Because
fired.
after I did that, then what happened? Like, did something change? Yeah.
And that's my problem with punishment just in general. Specifically this, but also like with parents and stuff, because it's like, and then what happened? How did that help? I know how it harmed, but how did that even help the situation? It didn't resolve anything. And now this child got a black eye and CPS is at your door. So in this example, same business, now what? The taxes have still been released. Okay, cool. Speaking of now what? Amelia Earhart, everybody's favorite missing woman. They have continued to search for some reason all these years later, and they have supposedly found her missing aircraft. And the only reason that we're talking about this, Jaden, because I know the girls are thinking this does not feel like the normal catch for these girls. Who keeps funding this? Who keeps asking for these unanswered questions? Who needed to know? I thought it was fun. A fun little mystery that we'll never solve. A fun little Atlantis. A fun little Titanic. Girl. We not looking for that no more. Well, they are, but we
No.
not.
Let's look for the black girls that are still missing, the trans
Jaden,
women and the other
for
black folks
real.
that are still missing.
For real.
Y'all will find a white woman on the moon of a different galaxy. Like, y'all will keep looking until you have like depleted any other possible thing. She has to be either white or she has to be famous. But and if she's both things, y'all will try for years. I don't know how long this lady has been gone. From her ear to her heart, may she be resting in however she needs to be resting. But baby, leave us out of it. You found her again. Now what?
Now what? It's not like she, I'm going to save that insensitive comment for off the pod, but I will say this, another slightly insensitive comment instead. If Amelia, well, not her, the likes of Amelia Earhart were on that submersible, they would have found that it was gone way sooner.
Way sooner.
Because, they love a white man, but not more than they love finding a little white girl. They gonna find a little
they
white
don't need
girl.
to find a white man. They don't care about finding a white man. A white woman, they're gonna look.
They're
And
gonna look high and low.
we need to just put her in every point in society. Like, there needs to be every investigation that we need done, put Amelia Earhart in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm trying to think of something now. Like, we want to find out. Oh my god, I want to say something. I'm gonna wait to say. We can find out. We could find Atlantis if Amelia Earhart was there.
You know what?
We can find the bridge to Terabithia.
No, that's a sensitive subject. It's taken a lot of lives. I can't talk about that bridge right now. Oh my gosh, so that is cinema. That's a film. That's a film. Like, all around, tens across the board. That's a movie. And Miss Earhart, you will always be famous, because while you remain white woman for life, there's always going to be somebody looking for you. And I think that's beautiful. Okay. I don't want to be involved in the search of Miss Earhart.
Especially
Shout
now
out
that
to
we
her.
found some remains. Like, if y'all going to share the tea, share the tea. If they say it's her, sure, no, share dead. It. Oh no, I didn't know that.
Sure, yeah. I was gonna say, like, we're not looking for her.
They said remains,
or maybe
girl.
Maybe they are looking for her. Maybe they are looking for her.
Those is bones and dust.
You saw the beginning of Titanic. They're looking for bones and dust.
How would they, child, that teeth record that they love talking about? Like, how would they know that it's her?
A dental record.
They love
this mandible is giving Amelia. This got to be her skull. This got to be her clavicle.
Like, y'all knew that on the island? Like, y'all knew that where she was? Or did y'all come back to y'all took them and went back somewhere else and found out?
They just picking up bones that they find. It's fine at that point. They just got to make the money worth it. That's it. Oh, we're making great time. We're done with Miss Earhart. On to the next one. Another flying moment. Everybody's in the air with this episode.
Okay.
I feel like it was today, but by the time this comes out, it's not today. But it's kind of tricky to follow along. So I'll try to say it like very plainly. The capital or the largest city in Iran. Okay. I'm sorry. No. U.S. military base. A drone that they have mistaken, they being these hyper intelligent people behind computers, whatever. They said, oh, that's an American drone. Send it through. Don't shoot it down. It's fine. Baby, that drone was not American. And they attacked the U.S. military base, injuring many, killing 3. The only reason we're talking about this on this podcast, because, we don't like to involve ourselves with war.
Okay.
It just so happens, cue the spooky music, the 3 people that died were Black. Now, I don't know if you believe in coincidences or conspiracies, but I don't want to sound too spooky-ooky, but it feels a little strategic to me.
It does.
And I don't think that, I don't feel like getting really into my conspiracy bag, but let me just say this. I just feel like accidents like that are not real. Like, that's not a thing that could happen. That just doesn't make sense. To me, it feels like just an excuse to pin something on Iran so that the man whose name shall not be named will just be like, oh yeah, war. Call it.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Let's do it. It makes no sense.
Because they are trying to get into this part of the world currently. So they're trying to beef with all of them because all the world's powers are probably going to try to go in on all of them. Mm-hmm. That's number 1. Number 2, ain't no American army letting a drone in that they don't know is around.
It don't
Not one. Not one. Why would just a random American drone be drifting towards you?
Like, you thought it was an American
drone. Why
drone
was no one else injured? And injured, they was scratch and sniff.
Bruises. Yeah. Oh my gosh, scratch and sniff. I'm screaming. The 3 folks that died, this older black man, this younger black man, and yeah, a black queen. And we won't even get into the conversation of serving in the white man's army right now, because I don't want to be insensitive. I already was insensitive. I already used my insensitivity chip for Amelia. So I might have to revisit this next episode.
It's just I have a few racked up. This is what we mean. Like joining the army or the military or any one of the other judicial systems or American systems, really trying to create some kind of change through, like, I understand the military is a little different because you get like the schooling and it can be a way out for a lot of people. I understand. I respect that. Respect is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
It's proposed that way, so you can understand why you could be tricked.
Yes. And so I understand how this can occur. What I don't understand is how a drone can land and an American can't. Like, y'all don't even let people like walk too close to them, really. But this place is not going to save you if you are closer to its destruction, and it will. If you are not a white woman or a white man, you are, even if honestly, but you are expendable, disposable.
Yeah.
Like, let's find some more. To them, like the way that they're able to blow you up to be able to initiate an attack on a group of people, allegedly, but like, we need to be for real with like what's going on in Palestine and Yemen and all these places currently, with everything that's going on. You're trying to tell me they aren't trying to get their way over there and in there? They already ran through Iran.
Honestly, it's just really, really sad. It's really sad. And, not even coming from a victim blamey place. So, of course, absolutely sending, thoughts and prayers to those family members of those who lost their lives, because I'm sure they did not send their little girl over there for her to be like, and it's just such a foolish way to go. Like, a drone, really? You thought that drone? I need to see the drone personally. The drone must have had a Star-Spangled Banner. It must have been giving stars.
It must have been
like billowing in to them. No, seriously, it must have had like Mount Rushmore on the side or something. Like, why did you think American?
It had to have a projection of Renaissance the film for y'all to just be like, "Oh, we're good. This from Beyonce." Like, huh?
I just don't understand. Like, to me, it's giving. If it's true, which it's not, it's giving sloppy and disorganized. Like, you don't even know. To me, because that's even more infuriating. Y'all are spending all of our money, billions of our monies, to not even know what's yours versus what's theirs. What? Girl.
It's not distinct enough.
Like I said, we're spending all this money for all this stuff, even to make it more micro, just in our own communities. You're spending all these monies for these cop cars. Yeah, I know which one's you. I can tell which one is a cop car and which one is a car that looks like a cop car, because they spend a lot of money on it. Y'all, are they getting the cheapest drones to send out there? Why did you not know which one is yours?
And you know what? I need to know what day we're flying drones.
I want to be at the next press conference. I need to know more information. They're not asking the right questions, or if they are, they're not getting answered. Robinette, you are going to answer for your crimes in the afterlife. Hopefully.
Yes, and that's
I hope.
soon.
It gets on my nerve.
That might be 12:30 tomorrow.
This one gets on my nerves about like movies/stories. These evil people will be doing evil things. Then they want to cough. I'm sorry, I want to make amends. Baby, no. I just don't think that's fair.
You're cooked.
89 years of evil, and you think you're going to do good? A sweet little apology at the end? You and Ronald Reagan will have brunch. hot food only. The next thing. So this is kind of like gonna be very. I'm thinking it might be divisive, but I also was hope that I have enough faith in our listeners to know which side they're going to err on. But people shock me every day, so I don't
Yeah.
know. I'll just get into it. So, and we were going to talk about this regardless, but now we're
Yes.
talking about it for a different reason. Meg Thee Stallion drops a single called "Hiss" and a music video, which I'm sure you've watched.
Of
You, the
course.
viewer, not Jaden. I was going to say, it's very good. It's very fun. Love the song. Great music, great stuff. And I thought it was just a fun little, oh, we're taking, a little subtle jab to all the people on, put the people on notice in the industry. Like, maybe I'm not going to spill your tea, but just know that I have it and I could. For no reason at all. And maybe Jaden will provide one. Nicki Minaj then proceeds to drop her own
Can we
version.
just hold on? Can we just talk about Hiss first?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay, you could do the whole spiel, but we can talk about Hiss first.
Oh, we
and
have
then
to
let's talk
because
about the beef.
one thing is a body
then,
of work. Yeah, the other one is just smash. So basically,
we're
then
not.
she releases something of a diss track, if you can consider it that, called. I can't even get into it. We'll have to talk about that later. Back to Hiss.
I'll lead it.
Yeah, let me pull up the lyrics so I can make sure I don't miss a beat.
Okay, so there's also pretense to this. Following a back and forth of constant shades and disses on each other's albums for the past 4 years at this point. No, 3, because it was like later 2020. They've throwing shots, subliminals, some a little more direct than others, and recently on a live, Megan said it was Christmas Eve. She said, if you've been calling for me, I just want to let you know I'm coming. She was like, if you've been calling for me, you've been begging me to come out, you've been wanting to, all of it. She was like, I'm coming. And on Friday, what was it, January 20, what's the date? 26th? Friday, January 26th. Under the Leo full moon. Megan Thee Stallion with the Leo moon drops Hiss. With some slight, very slight promo.
Very, very slight, because
it wasn't
first
much.
I heard
it wasn't much
when
promo.
I got it. Yeah.
But then it dropped and something shifted. Something has shifted in the atmosphere. Your thoughts? Okay, let's start it. Just the song and then the video.
My thoughts on the song was similar to my thoughts on blanking Cobra.
Do not say. Oh, yeah.
Just in that, like, oh, this is good, but I already know that when I pair it with the visual, I'll be able to hear it better and understand. Like, because when I listened to it, I think I was on my way to somewhere, so it was just giving walking music. And then when I actually sat down again and listened to it, I was like, oh, Mother's Pen is hot. Mother's Pen is hot. Yeah. She's so good. She is spilled tea. I mean, some of it's like, girl, who ain't doing coke in the industry for real? But other of it is like, yeah, that's good. Overall, I loved it. And dissimilar to Cobra, I didn't at first think that I would like listen to it again and like put it on a playlist type of moment. Like Cobra, regardless of what all the other girls said, I was like, oh, I will be listening to this again and it will be on a playlist. This one, I was like, oh, okay, like it kind of has the same tune as other Megan songs. So if I'm making a playlist, I'm not gonna have 5 Megan songs on it. This one's gonna get cut, but it's still really good. So that was my thought on the song. What were your thoughts on the song?
I thought it was good. Very classic Meg, of course.
Yeah.
I think Jew on the beat, we need to pull him out and get somebody else. Only because like it is starting to sound repetitive, and as we go into a new
that's what I meant.
era and like into a new season of Megan Thee Stallion, I want her sound to also evolve a bit. And it's not to say that it hasn't. It's hard to see that when you're working with the same producer. You know?
Yeah.
It's not even that he needs to go away. It's just not so much produced just by him.
I agree with that, and that's what I meant by like if I'm gonna have a playlist, it's not gonna be more than one. Like this one is, it's similar sounding to others, which is no shade. And I guess it's like it's kind of good. Like it's where Cobra was giving a message of like, okay, I'm exposing myself. I have these issues, but I'm trying to overcome it. This one is given like similar, like you guys aren't who you think you are. I got your tea. It's just like okay, yeah, we got that message. So
but
I wouldn't expect it to
it
be
was
like
more
Sonic.
it was a little more direct. So that's why
yeah,
I appreciated.
For sure. But I wouldn't expect it to give like Victoria Monet Jaguar 2 sonically different vibe, you know?
Oh yeah.
If it belongs to a larger body of work that we get later, then I would like to see some variations in that larger work.
Yes. It was a great solid track. Very Meg, very Houston, very Southern, sending shots. Enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Yeah, my favorite one, notable lines that stuck out. Like I said, he can't move on, can't let it go. He hooked, nose full of that Tina Snow. We love this for both of the what we know as Tina Snow. Tina Snow as in Tina Snow, and Tina Snow as in, smoking on that white girl. The next one that I loved is, and this is the one that I'm like, after I thought about it, which will maybe take us into the next thing, I was like, this is literally so many people. This is so many people. These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's Law. Baby, when that was said, I literally could not even think of one person that this was directed to. I was like, there's so many people this could be about. This could be about any
it's so
of
many
the people
things it could be about.
No, literally, it's so many. It could be so many things, and that's why I was like, "Oh, that's so clever." When I first heard it, I was like, "Okay, go off." That's so clever. I was not thinking, "Ooh, the girl's gonna come after her." I was not thinking that. But then again, who am I? I'm not involved.
Right.
What about you, Jada?
And
What
this
is the
brings me to my first
lines
issue. Okay, I won't get into that then. Standout bars, obviously. Megan's Law, great bar. I like how it starts. I feel like Mariah Carey got these niggas so obsessed. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
We came out the gate like y'all so obsessed. Let's go. It's hard because like it's all bars.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because when I'm thinking about, I cannot remember what the music sounds like. I can't remember what it sounds like. Cobra is so clear in my mind, but this one I cannot remember what it sounds like. And I just listened to it like 2 hours. Oh,
all these little rap niggas so far, Xanax be their hardest bars. Like you're rapping, Miss Llamas. You're rapping.
Yikes.
And then of course up here. Where's it at? These niggas hate on BBLs and be walking around with the same scars.
Yo, that one was so good. Now that one I did think of a couple people.
Drake had to sit down.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He had to go somewhere, sit, and think about his decisions. And literally all of this is bringing me to my first issue with the beef. Now I'm talking about the beef.
Pivoting.
I see more blood on the ground. More shots were sent out to other people. The girls are bleeding. Why is only one person speaking about the whole thing?
And why is it a black woman? Who asked you to step forward, Ma?
Which she did send a shot at you. I'm not saying she didn't. But baby, everyone else has way more bullets around. Like there's a lot more targets behind you that were hit.
Jaden, there must be another bar that was directed directly at her that would warrant a full track. Like it can't be what I'm thinking. Like it can't be that one because it applies to so many people.
It's that one.
But that's just so we're clear and the people that are listening at home. It's the Megan's Law line for real. Girl, the gymnastics though, but the gymnastics to get there is like.
But the Megan's Law is no. Megan's Law is an actual precedent to make sexual. You didn't hear about this?
No, you don't think I know this about what Megan's Law is? But you know how many sexual offenders there are around her? Her specifically, I guess too. But yeah, both of them. I mean, when your brother and your husband, I guess it does.
That's all why right, maybe that was.
I mean, but still, but once again, why are you mad at her? Because your man is a predator. How's she getting the blowback? That's what
Anyway, back to
the beef.
See how we're already doing it? We're already giving it to her. That's the issue. There were so many other people who were hit.
Harder.
Way harder. This is the only one that was able to stand up. And that's why she's fighting.
Cosplay gangsters. Those cosplay gangsters should be upset right now. And now it's what always happens. The people that are fighting should be on the same side, which is why I said, I don't know if I said this on the podcast or when, she's not a girl's girl. She is Nicki Minaj, but we won't go there yet. Go ahead, Jaden.
Yeah, I'm not about to tap into that because no.
You think she's a girl's girl?
That's not what I said, but I'm not saying the opposite either.
Stand behind
when you are a fan
honey.
of both girls, sometimes you just have to be quiet and you have to just know when to be quiet. This is not my fight. Anyway,
if you're not going to be honest on the podcast, at least be honest when we hit end on this recording.
I am being honest. I'm being quiet and I'm saying like I'm just not going to speak on it. That's me telling the truth.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, there was another line. It was the bad bitch and the walls ain't moving. That line. Because there was a video that circulated where Nicki was walking back and forth and the walls was shifting in and out. So, which it was clearly a filter, but it's like, was this filter also to make like your body smaller? Because that's what the effect is doing. Which isn't necessarily an issue. It's a good bar. Okay. Moving on from his. The video, great.
I loved it.
She has great visuals. I think her and Doja eat up visuals. Like,
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, which we know. Meg is going to chew a visual up, and the visual was there. Yeah, the themes, good. the concept to like her anime stuff, like it was beautiful. The actual camera work, the set, the staging, the colors, like it's beautiful, like music video. And it gags, like it turns the song up. Like it makes you think about the video when you're listening to just the song.
Yes. I agree. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking on other. No, I 100% agree. I'm just thinking on other videos that I feel like were not good, but had a similar purpose in that community to expose. But I'm just gonna stay silent.
As you should.
Because
anyway, following. So after this happens, there's so much I have to say about this whole situation. And let me just produce some clarity.
Yeah.
I am a Nicki stan, not a stan. I'm a Nicki fan and I'm a Megan fan. To the point where, like, if I'm in the presence of someone in opposition of someone, I'm playing the opposite team, regardless. Like, if someone's a Meg fan and they're coming at Nicki, I'm holding the ground for Nicki. And then if someone's a Nicki fan and they're coming at Meg, I'm holding the ground for Meg. What are we talking about? So with that, I also follow people from both sides. Like, I have hotties and barbs that I follow, and that follow me. So it's kind of chaotic over here. Please pray for me. Hold on.
That was a prayer. Amen. Oh Lord, the baby done started barking.
Anyway, he's probably gonna bark again. Basically, all that is just to say, like, I have seen the grimy from both sides.
Yeah.
And there are other things that piss me off about this whole thing. Like, this is rap, and the girls keep screaming that, and yes, I get it, which we can address how we're screaming this is rap to save from the things Nicki was saying, but not to hold her to get in the studio and rap.
Right.
That was my issue towards the beginning. I'm like, okay, yes, this is rap. Now we're not even saying make her rap. Now we're not saying like what she's saying isn't true to rap. The girls who know rap and know rap music know, like, they get busy. Do you know that Missy Elliott set up Lil' Kim?
No.
Well, okay, allegedly, because Faith Evans put this in her book. Faith Evans put this in a book that when Lil' Kim was in the studio with Missy calls Faith and tells her where their location is, and Faith pulls up and fights Lil' Kim.
Girl, when you said set up, I'm thinking she paid for her to be offed. Hold on, Faith. I need to get on this book. I need to get on this book. What's her book called? Is it called Keep the Faith? A memoir? Published in 2008? Let me go ahead and add that. I know that's not checked out right now. Go ahead.
Lil' Kim, when she would go back and forth with Foxy, like, Cupcake going at it with Sukihana, like, the girls get low, they get down in the gutter, and it's anti-feminist to not allow them to play fully in the sport. So they say what they say, and that's fine, but it has to be on wax. Like, things, comments is different when there's no raps around it. Like, if you're tweeting, it has a different effect versus, like, I'm saying something in a rap. In a rap, we understand its context, we understand where it sits in the world. You're tweeting it, it's a tweet. People have tweeted terrible things that they don't put in raps. Like, it comes off different. And the fact that it went on for so long. And here's what I'll say.
The beef or the rap?
The rant. The Twitter.
At the end, the monologue.
Escapade. No. The Twitter time that
okay, before you go any further, Jaden, because the people are gonna need a little bit of context. What was the inciting incident for this beef? Because,
like, from the beginning,
and just it's quick in a bow,
very quick. I'm gonna tell you what's been known, because I don't know all the details that the girls be coming up with, which is one of my other issues, which we'll get into. I don't know all that. Basically, WAP, they was cool. And then WAP happened, and then she stopped following her. Nicki stopped following Meg, and then yada yada yada. There's other details that other girls will tell you, but the thing that kind of shifted everything was WAP. She allegedly, Meg told Nicki that while she was trying to get pregnant, because she was trying to get her to drink, and she was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get pregnant," or "I'm pregnant," or something like that. She was like, "Oh, we can get you an abortion."
Who said that?
And Meg to Nicki. something like that. It's paraphrasing, and I may be making it sound worse than it actually does, but it was pretty bad. Quotes around that. But
Worse than being pregnant by a pedophile?
Hello.
Okay, whatever.
But my defense to that, on Megan's behalf, this is why we can't do the hanging out with 25-year-olds at 40, because your priorities are different. And when I think of that, like at 25, if this girl's telling me she's pregnant and she don't want to turn up, girl, so what are you doing here? Like, why are you not at the clinic right now? Versus like you're at 40, you're trying to build a family, build a life. Your priorities are different. So her saying that to you hits you at 40, but to her, it's just something her friends would likely say. But the girl's talking that she was still cool with her after that, where she said that time happened. It was when they had went live in the green outfit the day that they recorded the video for Hot Girl Summer. It was that day. It was the whole thing. But after that, they were still cool and they were still supporting each other. Because there's other footage of them saying what's up, being around each other, congratulating each other, that whole nine. But there's other details I don't know. I don't care to know. Because a lot of it sounds made up. It'd be girls on the internet saying things that they just think are true and then trying to sell it. And the girls think they're slick. Like, I be catching that tea. Anyway. So we're at the point now where she talked on Twitter probably for like a day and a half, 2 days. It was IG Live, sound something, wherever she does her radio show now. On moves. There, she did move. Soundstage or something, I don't know. She did it there. Back to IG Live, tweeting, and it was just a lot. And
after his song,
after his.
Oh, okay.
This is before the diss. This is when everyone's waiting for the diss. Everyone's like, "Girl, be quiet. Where's your diss at?"
She delivers.
And okay. So she then says the diss was Bigfoot. The track was supposed to drop at 3 PST. So what was that, like 6 o'clock here or 5 o'clock here, whatever? Push back to midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight. Sure, fine. That's normal. It's okay.
Oh, the dog is trying to chat today, honey. Oh, so cute. Look, is that water cold?
It's in the room. It's room temp.
Nice. And I bet it's good too.
But it's pretty cold. So basically, she then proceeds to drop Bigfoot the track, and everyone was gagged. Not in a good way. Like, everyone was surprised that this is what was put out into the world. Because for 2 reasons. One, a lot of what she told us on the track, she had already tweeted. And a lot of the things she had tweeted was lyrics. Like, she would tweet direct lyrics from the song. Girl, save it. And then she would tell us something or expose something else, quote unquote expose, that will come out on the song. And I'm like, girl, be quiet. Finish the song. Anyway.
Try again.
So what's hilarious is the entire timeline was like, well, thoughts? It was just a bunch of like very like ominous, like floating question marks, essentially.
This is just terrible.
Sorry. What? Some people were saying that as well. But the other thing were like the bars. There were some bars in the song None of them were like wow factor bar, but that was also mainly because the two most wow factor ones were tweeted. Like
wait,
the
which
two
are the
ones,
most? Which
the
are
two
what?
ones, the get up on your good foot. You know, that's one that would be screamed in the club. It's a good little bar. It's a cute ditty. It's a gag, sure. But we had heard it for an entire day and a half. Like, it's all that we played. They started making SpongeBob memes about it. It was bad. Then the SpongeBob meme was funny. I am not gonna lie. It's SpongeBob in a corner, and it's audio of her thing playing in the back, and it was so funny. Though I love her. I'm sorry. So then, hold on. I'm gonna pull the Nicki Minaj Bigfoot. Now that's the last thing.
Yeah, my lyrics are up. Not.
Yeah, I'm into hit lyrics. Ooh, please don't play no YouTube video.
They're not very good. Genius Lyrics has them.
Oh, no, I didn't type in lyrics. That was my problem.
Oh.
Why is there a dog next to me? Drinking a bottle of Henny straight out of straw. Cute, like it was cute.
We didn't even say our impressions of the song. Like, can we be fair here? We did that for his.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, no, true.
My impressions of the song are this.
Now have a snack.
Yeah. My thoughts are this. The flow, not even like the delivery, all of it was giving amateur. Like, it was just so bad. Like, let's pretend like for a second that the lyrics are good. Let's pretend like the bars are good. The actual vocal performance is terrible. Like, girl, what is going on? I'm walking to Trader Joe's like, is this the right one? Is this the one they're talking about? Is this the one that they call King? Speaking of King. And then I'm like, because I did not listen to his with the lyrics as I was listening. I was just listening. But this one I had the lyrics up as I was listening, so I can catch every little metaphor, every double entendre, blah, blah, blah. And some of it's just like, okay, girl, this is so corny. How you go on Gayle King and you can't cry? What? Girl. And then she says, Bigfoot, but you still a small fry. Girl, what? What? And then of course all the stuff about her mom is just like, I know you said the girls get dirty, blah blah blah, but I don't care. I still don't like to see the girls are fighting. I don't like to see the girls fighting, especially when one of the girls is already getting hit from every angle. Oh, no, actually they both are, of course, always. Like, they're both always getting attacked. I will say for the other, it's less warranted. Like, all she did was try to mind her business, and now everybody's attacking her about her size, which, as a stallion myself, I'm trying to figure out why that is such a point. Jaden, and you're mad because you're not. You're mad because you're not.
I don't be Italian. But what I know is you are also not one.
Why not? Why not?
Baby, a stallion is probably like 5'12".
5'12"? You mean 6 feet? Why would you say 5'12"? Number one. Number two, Meg Thee Stallion is 5'10", which is my height. And this is just like a Barb. This is exactly what you said earlier. I'm always on the opposition, and I see that now. Because, girl, how in front of my fans, in front of my people, Amira is a stallion, 5'10". That's it right there. But let's just pretend like a stallion is whatever. I just don't understand genuinely why size is such a thing. Actually, I know why. But it's such a thing, and it's like, it's one thing for it to come from Black men because they use size and color and shape and all these things to, like, make women appear more masculine, specifically Black women, and to remove their womanness and their femininity. It's a whole nother thing to have the same thing come from another Black woman. It's like when, and this happens all the time in my classroom, when a Black person calls another Black person a monkey. It's like, okay, just continue using the master's tools, I guess. Like, it's just not clever also. It's like similar, once again, to my students who are 14, 15, 16, when they're going at each other, it's like, y'all got to be more creative. That's not
Okay.
clever. I'm not moved. Like the feed size, that's not creative. That's not clever. It's not, we like, not even just the tweets, because I haven't been on Twitter, but we've been hearing this since forever, girl. That's my whole thing with the song is like, number one, it's violent, it's dangerous in terms of like, we know how clearly how barbs are already, but also whenever you're gonna, it just feels very inciting violence toward a woman who's already endured so much violence. Put that aside, it's just not clever. Like nothing about it was clever or new, and I haven't even seen the tweets. But also it just was not good overall. And Jaden says it's funny. It's like a fun laugh, but I was just so taken aback because I'm like, dang, I remember the girl that used to really gag us with her pen.
And I think
that's sad.
What's missing. Like
that's sad.
Okay. Let me just say some bars.
Okay.
No, because we know that one.
Okay, here's a clever one. I got you. I don't know if this is a tweet, but here's a clever one. If you a ghostwriter, party in Megan's Jaw.
Megan's Jaw. Okay, and that's the one I was going to go to.
That's kind of clever. Yeah.
Even it's like sort of like French. No, she was like, it'll get dark like chocolate, about to be up, whatever. And she went on she started naming all the men that Megan has allegedly been with. French Montana, the other man I will not be naming. She wanted to party with that man while rubbing on the one in jail. Toupee. I guess she needed money bags for them Trey songs. Like it was all the men, it was cute.
Right.
It wasn't good. I know it was not good. And I'm not about to sit here and try and pretend or big it up or try and talk around. It was not a good song. It was not a great rap. No bar gagged, like every bar, but no bar gagged specifically because it was all tweeted, first of all. But it also just like there was no anticipation. Like she was tweeting to the last minute. And it was pissing me off.
She's 40, like, you said?
It was pissing me off only because I'm like, girl, be quiet. This rap. And it made it look worse, and it gave more power, quotes around that, to Hiss, because it wasn't that many lines about her. Like, it was more lines around Tori, and it was more lines about Dre. And there was a little party in there too. But like, it was maybe 2-3 solid bars about her specifically. So for that to then turn into like 2 days of Rampage, and then you talk up the song, and then we finally get it, and it's weak. Mama, no.
That's the worst part about it. But then again, that's how it always goes, right? Like if you got to do all this talking, you're not gonna back it up. Like the girls that are backing it up don't have to. I think my thing is this, and I have to give, I'm assuming what must be her people, her being Nikki, saying, girl, use this moment, get involved, ride this wave of clout, get your moment too. Like, how if you're in that world, even if you don't care, they're going to be like, tweet something about it,
Right.
My only thing, so that has to be it, because otherwise I'm thinking like, don't you have something else to do than to be on Twitter and IG Live? Don't you have a baby to watch?
Wow.
Like, you're literally a mother. Not to say that moms can't have fun, but IG Live is just next level. That's just too much.
Barbs, I need a good alcohol bar. Roman, wait, that was the bar. Like
that's not good.
I need a good alcohol bar. I need to go to a bar where they serve alcohol.
How is that clever?
It is clever.
No. What's would have been good, not clever, was they got you all them Grammys, but your flow is still a no. What a fiasco, Lupe. Actually, still no, because of the way that read. But it's ironic because her flow in the song is trash. But also the line about like, oh, this is probably the most attention you ever got. I can't stand people just be lying. Just be saying anything like, oh, no, but you ain't got no fans. Nobody be giving you attention. That's not true. Stop.
Right.
Jaden, I was talking to Ayana, my sister, about this earlier, where I was saying some of Nikki's lines were very much Jaden advice of, if you have nothing to say, just say, you don't even want me to start. You really don't want me to go there with you. Where should I start? That was literally this, because she kept, it was like so many threats where I'm like, girl, just say it. She's like, oh, you don't, I'm going to save that for part 2. Okay, girl, just say it. We're gathered around.
That's my thing. Why are we waiting for a part 2 or a part 3?
Why do we need a part 2 or 3?
Let me say something to the Barbs real quick. I know y'all are having fun. Yeah. Like, y'all are having so much fun doing this. Y'all love doing this every time it happens. Like, this brings y'all so much joy. And I can tell. Like, it's very evident. It's very obvious. And it's so interesting to see, like, the fan bases. I understand that the hotties are not the best fan base if we're going based off, like, standum and all that, because they don't support financially that well. But but I think it's because more people like Megan the person, the personality, the celebrity, over, like, not everyone streams all of her music all of the time. So when Nikki's coming at Meg, everyone's like, what? Like, y'all, why are you talking about Megan? Like, everybody loves Megan. You're the problem. I think that's aiding a lot to it. But even to the point where we see y'all pretending to have hottie accounts. We see y'all tweeting by accident from the wrong account. And it was a tweet that was supposed to be from the hottie's account, and it was a bar. And honestly, probably vice versa.
It's how about you?
Like, they're creating fake moments too, and I think that's what I hate. Like, the fans made it worse. But it's so fun. I'm sorry.
You know, I got a lot of tea. I went easy on you. Just reveal some of it, baby, because right now you gave us nothing. And once again, I didn't even see these tweets. And maybe you can explain it to me, because maybe it's so clever I don't get it. What is this get uglier than Ken Barbie? I don't get that. Who is Ken? He's supposed to be cute.
A Twitter person. Ken Barbie is someone on Twitter at Ken Barbie.
And they're ugly.
They weren't a bar, but now they're not no more.
Well, dang, how they get involved? Okay. Well, okay. I don't know what that has to do with the price of tea in China, but okay. So the Twitter rants was one thing, which I didn't see, but the literal 55-second monologue at the end of this, that was another thing where I was like annoyed with flow or the lack thereof. The pacing of it was so, like, Jaden, like I said, I'm walking through Trader Joe's like, hurry up. Like, oh my God, you take all these pauses, girl.
I agree.
Pause, and then don't say nothing.
When the ending came on, I was pissed. I was mad. I had listened to my car, and I was sitting there like, "Ooh." We got into the rap, and I'm like, by the time I finished the rap, I was like, "Okay," but this is 3 minutes, so at least I still got like a whole other portion where you about to go in. Then you start talking to me.
Slowly. It was giving serial killer a little bit. Like, it was so slow and scary, like creepy. I thought that it was done when she said, "To my supporters, I love you. May God bless you. You're amazing." It could have cut right there, but she goes on for like 30 more seconds.
I was like,
oh no.
Then it was not mastered. It was not mixed or any of that. No. So that's its own thing.
It was just rushed.
It was, in short, but the thing about this is they have to be good. Like, the bars can be fire, like you could be saying shots and whatnot, but the song still has to be good.
Yeah.
And the fact that it wasn't, that aided in her loss of this battle, this first round of battle, because it's not over.
I know, which
is it could be over. It could literally be over. Like, Megan could just not respond and it'd be done, because it just makes it look so much work. It makes it look so much worse that all this happened off of straight shots, but really still subs. Like a few lines in hiss, and it sent all this mayhem. But I love it. I live for it. I'm so happy. Like it's all happening. We can move forward in this process because maybe we can heal.
No, we won't. And let me tell you why. The thing that gets on my nerves is people do not listen to Black women. They do not agree with Black women unless that Black woman is in opposition to another Black woman. Like, no one is gonna support if Nicki Minaj is saying something crazy about, let's say, for example, so random Meek Mill, right? The people are gonna be like, "Yo, she a hoe. Like that's why she got her body done." Just saying anything, whatever. But now, if it's gonna be about another Black woman who they already hate for no reason, then it's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm glad she said something. She's real for that."
Right.
Let me just read a little bit of this. I won't say who wrote it and how I got it, but I just want to read a little bit of the delusion from the Barbs. I'm sorry. This person said, and I love when the fans do the work. They do the work to make it better for the person that he said. This person says, first of all, Nicki was trolling her. She literally said, I can drop a song playing around and still outsell your song. She made this song sound crazy and had her float all over the place because she said that's how Meg sounds to her. Every line was a bar. Y'all just don't get it, but got the nerve to call her slow. Okay. I love when people think they are just like research developers, like they are in the library with highlighters, pens, annotating. They're just so much smarter than everybody else and nobody else gets it. Baby, if it wasn't good, it's okay to say it wasn't good. It really is. Or just say nothing like Jaden did.
Okay. I didn't say a word. Like, not one.
Because for what? It's not like you said. It's not. This ain't your problem.
This has nothing to do with me, and I'm fans of both of them. So what I'm gonna say? All I can do, and being a fan of both of them, all I have to do is be honest and truthful. Like, because it's not, when it's someone you don't like I'm more likely to believe bad things about you because I don't like you. But
right,
both sides, if I care for and appreciate both sides, when things come, I'm like, girl, this is not the truth. And when I tell you the girls be lying, the girls be making things up. It was so bad.
Can you clarify something for me?
Mm-hmm.
What did Megan Thee Stallion say about her mother that is making Nicki Minaj reference it like 20 times in the song?
About her own
what
mother?
Did she? About her own mother.
On her mother, she didn't sleep with Tori.
So okay. I have nothing else to say about this because I don't feel like hitting no nerves today. Jaden was on his best behavior. I thought I was gonna have to get you together.
I did well, right?
Yeah, no, in the beginning I was really worried. I really was. But
it was fun for hip hop, and I love, just to close out the portion.
Yeah.
I love it because I love these women, and a lot of times in conversations around women in hip hop, and when we talk about someone who can come for Nicki, Meg has been that name in more recent years. So it's fun and exciting to see it happen. So many times have I had this conversation of people saying like, who you think would go to Nicki and actually like eat, like several times. Meg has always kind of led that conversation outside of the girls like that people don't necessarily listen to. But like mainstream girl who's like pop success, Megan was on that list and she was at the top of it. And the fact that it happened and like people are where everyone's gagging because it's like, this is not what we expected. This is not what the results of the conversations were. I also, and let me say this, with the history of everyone's catalogs, I still think Nicki is the best rapper of all time. I think this was really
for
bad.
every gender.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. You're gonna upset a lot of people.
And that's fine. I don't know a man out rapping Nicki Minaj. Because show me those men.
Like, girl.
Show me those men, and I can show you bad songs too.
No, but
then
Jay, I'm
that's
saying old
no
Nikki
tea.
though, because it's like just because that no. You must mean old Nikki because clearly today she's not rapping. She's not rapping.
Well, people always have their bad raps. Like
Yeah,
that's not
but I'm so
that shouldn't
sorry to
taint
tell
your
you this.
legacy.
It shouldn't, but her behavior has tainted her legacy for her. Number one, because she's a
I'm
bully.
talking about rap.
Number
We're talking about
two,
rapping
actually, let
skill,
me just say
rapping
this,
ability.
Jaden. She
Okay.
actually has a terrible legacy because if you don't have anybody that comes after you that's like your protege, somebody with you, your legacy it's nothing. Like if it's just you by yourself, that's nothing. The girl, what are you going to be remembered for? That loud mouth. The other thing is, I'm sorry, I would have to go ahead and say you can remove that last album if you're going to be putting it up in this presentation of the best rapper alive. Like you're gonna have to remove that album. Actually, this and that album. So if you're gonna say like other older Nicki's works, then that. But I can't. I just can't in good conscience sit here and have Pink Friday 2 up on that block contending with folks. I just can't. As a body of work, not individual songs, not a bar here, a bar there. The whole body of work as a body of work.
Well, that's your opinion.
Of course.
As far as what the fact is, what Nicki's the best rapper of all time. And that's just that. I'm so sorry. I think we also have to be realistic about rap regionally. Like Megan is a Southern rapper. Nicki is a New York rapper. Though they both push pens to their fullest extent. Pens be broken, split in half, ink on the floor. As far as like technical, lyrical, Nicki has better bars in her catalog than Megan. And I feel like that's fair to say.
But I don't think that's the conversation though. Like I don't think we're comparing
I'm talking about the overarching conversation.
Yeah, but I don't think Megan's in the contender
I'm approaching
for that
them, but I'm approaching not as the greatest of all time. I'm talking about in conversation with each other. In conversation with each other, I'm saying like people are trying to say that Megan was a better rapper. And I'm like, well, no, Megan is a great rapper, but is she better than like Nicki Minaj and like a historical level of Nicki Minaj? Absolutely not. But I love women. I love women rapping. I love Black women rapping. This was a great time. I can't wait to see more unfold. I live for the mess. I live for the tea. And yeah, I hope more comes out of it. Megan does not have to respond because Bigfoot was not good. But if she does and we take this on for another few more days, I will not be mad at it.
Yeah, you said if she does give us a song, you won't be mad?
If she gives us a song and this continues for some more, I won't be mad.
Okay, I will be annoyed and we won't be talking about it again on the podcast.
No, we would not be talking about it again unless it gets grimy.
Yeah, because it's clear to me, and this is no shade, that Jaden he has been drinking on that Delu. You've been drinking on that Delu a little bit. And we're going to have to move on from that because we're just going to have to. Like, girl, I know you're a fan, but you sometimes have to think more objectively. You can write these things down sometimes, and of course, performance adds to it, but the actual pen, sometimes it's not even the pen. It's just the way she said. Like, it's just the flow. It's not even the pen. The Island of Waikiki, please. And I love Nicki's older music, but like greatest of all time. Is she the greatest? Is she the most popular who we've heard? Like I know not so many other female rappers that I'm like, oh, her pen is so good. I can't say who's better because it's opinion. But as far as like a bar, like yikes, bar after bar after bar, excellent flow. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say my girl Cupcake. I don't care. I really don't. Cupcake is an exceptional rapper with bars. And I'm fearful to even say people that are younger than even younger than her or newer than her, because it's like you don't want to speak on somebody and then like, Like, give them a chance, even if I think they're amazing now. You know, like I obviously think Flo Milli is amazing, but I'm not going to say your name because I don't feel like getting cussed out. But I'm sorry, Cupcake. If it was a battle between Cupcake and Nicki Minaj, I literally, and the people that are judging cannot be Barbs because Jaden is, like I said, he done sipped on it. And let's just write down what they said. Just write down what they said. Not how they said it.
No, Cupcake will eat.
Plays a part. Like, Cupcake is exceptional. And I'm not saying that Nicki isn't the best rapper alive or ever, according to you, in your opinion. Like, obviously that's your opinion. You're correct. You're absolutely correct that that's your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's still great.
To you.
I think she has great songs too. Like, this is not that. Like, I used to get down and dirty with older mixtape Nicki. And, you know, of course, like, I did also like some of her pop leaning stuff too. But it's just really hard sometimes for me to separate the art from the artist when they're doing like such dirty stuff, you know? So that's on me. Like, it's very hard for me to do that sometimes because I'm like, this girl has been through so much. Leave her alone. Dang. Ooh, let her talk about your husband, please. I think once we as a nation allow other women to talk negatively about your husband, then we will heal.
Girl.
Then we will heal, and that's the only way. Now it's time for Thank Me Later because I just can't. I don't want there to be a rift in our relationship, Jaden, because of opinions. So let's get into Thank Me Later.
We don't care.
About Thank Me Later?
About Nicki and Meg beefing. That didn't change my life.
No, it doesn't. And I think that's what a lot of people miss, that point where it's like, do you still have to go to work in the morning? Yeah. So do that. It's just like you said, it's just fun, I guess. It's fun, definitely, to like read the lyrics and like go bar for bar and be like, okay, I see that. Like for example, the Ken Barbie thing, I truly missed it. I was so confused.
Girl, most of us did. And then I was like, oh. And then I went and looked up Ken Barbie. And someone had tweeted had tweeted like whatever, but imagine people looking you up just because someone said you was ugly.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's terrible.
I'm thinking, did I miss a line in the Barbie movie about somebody being ugly? Like, I was really trying to reach. So that was the catch. I think that was a very spirited discussion. I actually am not interested in the people's opinions. If you want to share them, please do, but make sure you only tag Jaden. Or the podcast, I guess. But actually tag me on Pinterest. I'll read it. Now it's time for Thank Me Later. Hopefully something lighter. I feel like I'm so like, when I don't have my glasses on, I just feel like I can't see clearly. So I'm just punching at everything. I'm just feeling really hyped up without my glasses on. My first Thank Me Later is, y'all know I'm on my book bag right now. Read Cultish by Amanda Montell, which is not new. It's newer, and there's a whole podcast about it called Cultish. You've listened to the podcast?
No, I've seen the like the cover of it.
Oh yeah. It's a pretty good book. Like, it's not about like the cults of the world. Cultish is, supposed to be similar to the world, like English or Spanish. It's just like the language of how people get wrapped up in it. It's like, not sound like that person, but it makes you think. Because, often it's so easy to judge and be like, how could you get involved in Forex? Why are you selling Mary Kay? But it's like, once you read it, it's like, oh, that could literally happen to anybody. If you have the funds for it, it could literally happen to you. So that's that. Right now, I'm not finished, but I'm only have like 100 or so pages left. Another not newie, but a goodie. The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. I'm pretty sure that there's a show based off of this book on Hulu, which I have not seen. And I'm interested to watch it. The book is very good. I think it's a good read for the Blacks. It's a good read for the whites. It's a good read for every other person as well. It's just like, they're saying it's a thriller, but it doesn't really get thrillery until like the back half, which I can't really speak to because I accidentally got the large print edition. So this text is massive, and I don't know what's the real half. I don't know what's really, I don't know how long it truly took me to get to the point, but It's a pretty good book.
Also,
And then
did you hear Hulu was showing Zionist propaganda?
Jaden, are you kidding me right now?
Girl, when I say
What?
an advertisement of come to Gaza, it's beaches and activities and all that, and then it cuts to a picture of a shot of like someone in like military garb, like, or that's what it would have been if it wasn't for Hamas, and then
What?
a whole thing. Girl, streaming now on Hulu. Yes, an
You're
ad.
Jaden. Did you see this on Hulu, or you saw somebody post about it and they like posted the whole video? Because I need to know if I can just watch the video.
They posted the video on Twitter.
What this world that we live in, Jaden? It's so sick. It is so sick.
Been sick.
And I think that's another reason why these things are like, because it's like, okay, yeah, they're beefing and blah blah blah. The song is terrible, but at the end of the day, it's like there is some real stuff happening. Oh, I know that just turned your stomach in. Oh my gosh. Ugh. My next thing, okay, so don't go watch the show on Hulu. I'm not going to watch the show on Hulu. Is watch Traders on Peacock. It's another one of those game shows where you gotta connive and making a little
we
ally.
love a game show.
That we do. Oh, we said we or me?
You.
Okay, I'll take that. And this is one of those games that people would say, "Oh my gosh, you'd be so good at this show," which could be true, but I would never do it because this kind of stuff gets on my nerve when people forget they're playing a game. And they be all betrayed. They be feeling all hurt and betrayed like maybe it's a game. You thought I wasn't going to stab you in the back.
We have to stop pretending like it's not a game.
You crying because she went home, baby, that increases your piece of the pie. Anyway, so watch Traders season 1 or 2 on Peacock. The episodes for season 2 are still coming out. So that's that. The next one, Jaden, I think you'll love. It's called Can I Call You Rose? It's a song by a group called Sacred Souls. It came out 2022, I think, but it has such a back in the day vibe. Like it has such a mellow 70s vibe or like mellow 80s vibe where it's like I had to check like and I have to check again because maybe it was giving, maybe they re-released it, but it just sounds so old. And I love it. I think you would really enjoy it. So that is
I'm adding it right now.
what I have. I appreciate you, King. What are your thank me laters? Or not?
I literally just added to my to my whatever this is called library. I'm like, what are you called?
On Spotify or Apple?
Apple, girl, calm down. Milk, because the rumor was I was switching, but I ain't switch. So the girls are starting to eat healthy again, and if you are in the Jersey area, you can see if they're close to you, or if not, you can always try and find someone who's doing something similar close to you. Kenny Mills is like this meal prep service where they deliver fresh meals to your home. Well, like a set of fresh meals. It comes on Sunday and Tuesday, which is so weird, but whatever. You order it all at the same time, so like it just comes when it's ready. But I don't understand why Sunday and Tuesday, but here we are. And right, that's what I said. But I digress. Looking forward to getting our meals. When I was losing weight the first time, or when I was trying to lose weight, actively trying to lose weight the first time, this is what I was doing. And now that I'm kind of like getting back into that, it helps to, do some things. I'm not cooking no time soon. And as we know, I have a kitchen as of now. So yeah, why not? Also, Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss. Also, Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot. Like, what else I'm gonna say? Also, today I went to the protest for Palestine, and it was great. Very cold, but we were outside Andy Kim's office, and he was not there, sadly, because they're in DC. But we had his staff come out, and my organization that I'm helping to find whatever, and establish some footing with. We made a statement, so it's great to be in solidarity with other people, with Palestinians that were there, people who shared stories. So it was very impactful, great. All that to say, look for opportunities to show solidarity, to show up for these communities who are facing such atrocities, who are standing against the imperialism, the genocide, and who are calling for ceasefires and who are doing direct action. It's important that we move our feet along with our thumbs. While we post into stories and whatnot, let's also show up to the protest. Let's also show up to the things. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's incredible. That's what it's all about. And like you said, it's both. It can't just be one or the other. Now, of course, this is not to condemn those who are physically only able to do online presence stuff.
Right.
Like you said, it's cold or it's this, it's that. But that's amazing, Jaden. Keep up the good fight, and we will keep on fighting with you for them, which is for us as well. So,
period. So this has been another episode of Child Anyway.
You can listen to Child Anyway wherever you get your podcasts.
We drop new episodes every week.
Like, share, subscribe. At this point, I'm begging, rate and review, and subscribe on YouTube.
Go read Cultish by Amanda Montell. Read The Other Black Girl by Zakaya Delilah Harris. Watch Traders on Peacock. Listen to Can I Call You Rose by Sacred Rose. Listen to Can I Call You Rose by Sacred Souls. Get some meal prep going if you are not a cook type. Because girl, we need to still be on our things if that's what you want to do. Fuck it. Go stream Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss and go stream Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot. Just give me some bumps, but it'll be clear now.
Bye.
Goodbye.